Yo, what's good, YouTube? I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but don't worry, I'm gonna get back on it. But today I got something special for y'all. I'm gonna be showing y'all like one of the trades that I took um, this week to on my first futures, not my first futures funded account, but like my first futures funded account for this year, 2025. I actually passed a funded account with this same company last year in 2024. However, I ended up losing it because I took a couple bad trades. But we back on it. We're back on it. Back to get back to the grind, and it's just like it don't stop. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing y'all the company that I decided to go through with um, passing the futures challenge with, and I'm gonna show y'all the trade that I took this past week on the funded futures account. Um, So yeah, just for right now, man. My goal is just to get my first payout. I have to trade on it for at least 15 days, 15 consecutive trading days. So I'm gonna try to knock that out. Be as consistent over the next 15 days with this account uh, before I'm eligible for my first payout. And yeah, but honestly, in this video, I'm just gonna show y'all a little bit of the company website and everything like that. So this is called ETF or Elite Trader Funding. This is the funding company, funding prop firm for futures that I personally decided to go with. I know there's others out there like Apex and Top One. Traderify is a new one. But however, this is the one that I kind of went with because they have access to a swing account for futures, and I don't really know of too many other prop firms that do that. I have tried a swing account before. Actually, no, I haven't tried a swing account yet. Um, but probably the next time that they do have a sale, I probably will go ahead and go through with the uh with the swing account that they have. But yeah, I'm just click on the evaluations right here. Also, too, I forgot to mention, um, please subscribe to the channel if you're new to my content. I'm up and coming, growing YouTuber. Um, also like the video and subscribe to the channel. And feel free to comment down below. If you just want to chat or talk or anything like that. If you feel like this was a good video, I appreciate it. Or just give me some feedback. But um, back into it. So recently they did decide to come out with a direct to funded challenge. Me personally, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I ain't got the funds to pay $500 a month, for a 25K account, especially if you only allowed to trade two minis and two micros with it. So me personally, I ain't doing it. I feel like there's a whole bunch of other companies that you can um find better value at than paying $500 and $600 a month, right, for 50K accounts and they restrict you so much on it. So my personal opinion, I ain't touching these. I'll probably try out Traderify before I attempt one of these right here. They have one-step evaluations. Here's the different pricing models. They normally have a sale every month. This month, because they rolled this out, this is what they're primarily focusing on. But probably sometime in May, they'll come out with another discount for like the one-step evaluations right here that they have. And you guys can feel free to check out the website, look at all the rules and everything of the sort. They also have static drawdown. I've tried a couple of these accounts before. I only passed one, and that was the one I passed back in 2024, but I ended up losing that one, unfortunately, right? But we live and we learn. So they have the 100K static and the 150K static. My personal opinion, I would do the 150 because you get more drawdown, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, like with futures contracts, depending on what you're trading, it's rare that you're gonna be able to put in a stop loss that only has $625, right? With futures contracts. So especially with how I trade, I kind of need like bigger stop losses because I'm I'm trading off of the bigger time frames, so like the weekly and the daily, and I'm usually entering off of like a 4 hour and a 1 hour chart. So my stop losses tend to be like pretty big, maybe about like 40 points or so. And depending on what you're trading, that can really add up. Depending on what contract you're trading, like with the ES, like $12 per pip, or like not per pip, but $12.50 per tick, right? Or the Nasdaq, which is like $20, I think $20 per tick or so. So it's like even if you go down to the micros, it can still kind of add up. It's rare that you're really gonna be able to have a drawdown of $625 with like a 40-point stop loss, right? Especially on like an hourly and 4 hour chart. That's just personally how I trade, right? So I personally would probably do the 150K. Yeah, you have double the profit target, but you also have double the drawdown. I also kind of feel like this kind of how they get you, to get more accounts and all that. So, they also have the fast track. This is the one that I personally did right here, the fast track eval, the 100K right here for $75. So you have bigger drawdown, you have more maximum positions you can use. So 14 minutes or 140 micros. That's actually perfect for my strategy, right? And how I set up my risk. The profit target, not too bad, $6,000. That's pretty fair in my opinion. So like 6% on a 100K account. It's $75, and if you pass, you get the first month is free. So you don't have to pay for the first month that you're trading on the account, and it'll just renew going into the second month for like $80, right? Also, kind of one thing that I don't like is that you have to, like in the little contract, you have to place a trade every week. Like at least one trade every week, you have to place a trade. If you don't place a trade, they basically just uh get rid of your account, or they like give default your evaluation, kind of. So yeah, that's one gripe I have about it. I'm not sure if other funding companies, futures prop firms, do that either, right? Because like this is the only futures prop firm that I've actually gone through with like pursuing, right? I haven't tried Apex or Top One or Alpha Futures or anything like that. This is my first futures prop firm that I've gone through with. So they also have end of day drawdown evaluations right here. So they calculate your drawdown at the end of the day. I personally don't like that model, you know. And this is the diamond hands one right here. This is one you can hold overnight and weekends. To my knowledge, this is the only futures prop firm that offers something like this, right? So you get a maximum drawdown of $3,500. You have a daily loss limit of $1,500, and the profit target is only $5,000, so about 5%. You get maximum positions of 2 minis or 20 micros, right? So they do sales for this every now and then. So like the sale that they usually do, it'll mark it down from 365. It'll mark it down to, I want to say, about $60 or so. So every month, and it locks you in at that price every month unless you fail the account or you just cancel it altogether. But or also until you pass. So yeah, that's a quick rundown of the website right here. You guys feel free to check it out. I'll probably put like a referral code at the bottom if you guys want to use my discount or anything like that. Help me out with some affiliate marketing. But if I go to my trader dashboard here, you see a couple accounts I have tried the 150K static, failed that one. Another one step, failed that one. Another fast track, failed that one. But this one right here, you see where it says elite. This is the actual funded account that you get access to once you pass. Hit the stats right here. You guys can see currently right now I'm up $870 going on this week, and I'll show y'all the trades that I took going into this week. As you see, the first day I took a trade, I made $1,100, almost $1,200. But I ended up taking a loss the next day of about $300. So currently still up in profit. Not tripping about it. Like I said, I'm just working my way to get to my first payout, and just like slow and steady wins the race, right? So I'm not really gonna be trying to push the account like that. I'm gonna try to take my setups as they come, right? And just take the same setups that I've been taking that got me funded and that I've been practicing with my demo trading with. So yeah, now that we got that squared away, we'll go ahead and just go over to the charts for this week. So This was right here. I took a trade on EU to start the week right here. So right here we have the Sunday opening price right here for April 13th of this week. That's this week that just passed. It's also Easter weekend, so this is Good Friday that I'm recording this video, the 18th, and we got Easter going into it. So this initial entry right here, this is the one that I made 1,100, like almost $1,200 on. I ended up closing it a little early because I saw that we were pulling back, right, going into Tuesdays Asia, going into Wednesdays opening session for that day. I basically entered Tuesday night at this candle right here, so like around 8 o'clock or so, I entered into this position. This was like a market execution order, so my stop loss went right here below the candles that formed the SMT, which was this candle right here. And we also had that market structure shift right here when we had these bullish candles close above this this bearish candles high right here, right? That's our market. That's that market structure shift. So that's that extra confirmation that we're shifting the other direction, right? So this SMT right here on the euro was formed with GU. I have it marked pink right here. So Monday's session low, right, with Tuesday session low right here. I'm gonna delete this to see if y'all can see it a bit better. All right, or to show it to y'all better. I'm gonna do it for GU also, right? But right here, Monday's range low right here. Tuesday we ran it, and then however on GU that same low right here from Monday. You guys, if you look at the bottom, you see Monday, April 15th, 9 o'clock. Monday, April 14th, 9 o'clock. Right there, right here. That same low, EU made a lower low, while GU made a higher high right here. All right, so that's that SMT confirmation right here. So paired with that market structure shift, I was comfortable entering a market execution order in Tuesday night's Asia session, going into Wednesday's opening London session. So and all of this right here is also based off of a internal range to external range liquidity move from a daily perspective. I'm on the hourly chart. This is where I execute if I see like a daily internal or external range to internal, whichever one. But if I go down to the daily chart right here, you guys see, right, that Sunday open. Here's that fair value gap, that internal range liquidity from the daily. We actually rejected first. There's two of them here, but this one confirmed to be a breakaway gap because we had we had a reaction inside of the first fair value gap or that internal range liquidity right here on EU. Whereas with GU, you guys see like it's kind of funky. That's why I go down to the lower time frame, right, and frame my entry. But basically like this same kind of fair value gap right here, it didn't even reach down into it right here. So I guess this would sort of be the SMT right here, right? But yeah, so this would be the SMT right here, you know, this low to that high. However, it just looks like that because on the lower time frame it's actually more clear. But I was anticipating that since we had a reaction here, I was thinking that we can expand higher and take out the external range high right here and form a new high on euro. However, going into this week, that wasn't the case. The reason why, because I think what happened was we started consolidating. As the week went on, we had started to consolidate, right? And the reason for that is because the market closed yesterday, actually, because of the holiday. I forgot what holiday it is, but for some reason, like Thursday night, the market was just, after that, the market was closed. Like I couldn't execute any type of trades or anything, and I moved my cursor up here and everything, and it said that the market was on holiday for like the next 2 days. So the market won't open back up until basically Monday, right? I'm getting a phone call. Sorry, I had to answer a phone call really quick. I'm not sure where I left off, but I'm not really sure where I left off, but yeah, we had these, like I said early in the video, there was the external range move Now I remember where I was. I remember where I was at. I had said that the market is on holiday and it won't open back up until Monday. So that's kind of why on Thursday we really ranged out and consolidated. We didn't really do anything too serious, right? Because on Wednesday I was looking for a continuation entry inside of a what I thought was gonna be an hourly fair value gap, at least. Actually, no, I think I looked at this on the 15-minute chart right here. What was I looking at this one? Why did I have this fair value gap right here? I was looking at this on some time frame. Was it a 5-minute? I doubt it. No, it wasn't a 5-minute. There was somewhere in here I was looking at a fair value gap for whatever reason, but I was of the mind frame that like we were just gonna continue higher up here, and go ahead and take out the external range before we close for the week. However, because we had the holiday going on, and the market closed on Thursday, we actually just consolidated. So I actually ended up closing this trade right up here, like somewhere in here after a pullback. I ended up closing the trade for like $1,200 in profit. This right here, this continuation entry that was like inside of here, I was anticipating us to expand upwards. However, we didn't do that, and I ended up with a $300 loss. So that is what it is. I'm still up $870 on the account, and just from here, I'm just keep trying to get more, win more trades as we go on and get my first payout. So yeah, y'all. Honestly, going into next week, what I'm probably gonna look at is I'm actually gonna leave this here because I still need to journal this loss right here, and add that note of like the market was closing, so that's why we had a pullback. But one thing I do see here, from this new range that we created inside of based off the 1 hour time frame specifically, if all of this stays intact, right, and this low doesn't get invalidated, then I'm open to if we look on here from the fib extension right here, you see we've already tagged 50% of the range. We've already tagged like 50% of the range already. So going into next week's trading from this opening price right here, if we want to see if there's any expansion higher, for my entry model, what I want to see is some type of, this is actually an OTE, optimal trade entry also. If this low right here is respected, especially this fair value gap right here that's resting below the 618 and the 70% and the 79% level inside of here. So as long as like all of this right here remains intact below 50% of the range, this is where I would look to frame an entry between Monday and Tuesday, right here. Go ahead and mark that as a fair value gap. So yeah, this is where I would frame. This is actually a nice OTE setup right here. This actually doesn't look too bad. But yeah, going into Sunday, I might go ahead and put a limit order right here at this level and at the fair value or at the fair value gap. I think we'll tag into it. And then I'll just accept the risk, for what it is. But that's it for this video, man. If y'all enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments. Give me some feedback. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. And this is y'all boy Jaden Fari, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.